Assalamu alaikum friends.
Assalamualaikum friends.
My name is Sadaf and this is
Ishmael.
Okay, so we're going to start Surah Quraysh. The Quraysh is the tribe of Quraysh. Yes. So the story is about people who lived in Makkah and they would travel for what?
For food.
For business and their food and work, okay? So they would travel from Makkah to Sham, which is the new Syria. We call it Syria. Or they would go to Yemen. So in
the summer they went to
Syria,
and in the winter they went to Yemen.
Yemen, that's right. So they would travel from Makkah all the way to Syria.
And Syria took a very long time.
It takes a long time. Do you know why it took them so long to travel?
Cause Syria is very far from Makkah.
That is very far from Makkah. So Syria and Yemen both are very far from Makkah. And in those days, those people didn't have cars or airplanes or
bicycles.
Or
stuff like that.
None of those things. So how would they travel?
By camel.
By camel. So they would travel by camel. So Ishmael got a camel, I got a camel. So they would ride a camel and they travel by camel. And they would load up all their luggage on the camel, and then they would travel like so, okay? So they would put all the goods that they want to sell. They would put all the clothes or whatever thing they want to
pencils like that.
Pencils or pens or whatever they want to sell. They would load up their camel and then they would travel.
And they also wanted to do that so they can go and get money from all the stuff that they get from money from people, and they go to the store and buy some food.
So at that time they didn't have the money thing, but they would exchange the goods. So similar concept, they would take their stuff and then they would get something else back in return that they wanted. Okay, so that's how they would load up the camel. They would walk miles and miles and miles. Sometimes they would ride the camel, sometimes they would walk with the camel. And you got a camel here too? Show it to your friends. So Ishmael got a little camel, I got a little camel, and they would travel by camel all the way to Sham, which is the Syria, or in wintertime they would go to Yemen. Okay, so that's how they would do it. And so in this surah, what Allah is telling them, that these people belong to Makkah. So they were the people of Makkah, which means, where is Kaaba?
In Makkah.
In Makkah. So these people were people of Makkah, where the house of Allah is, where Kaaba is, right? So they belong to Makkah. So Allah took care of them, and Allah basically in this surah, Allah is telling them that I'm the one who's taking care of you. I'm the one who's feeding you. I'm the one who's providing you safety and protection and all that. So don't worry about it, because you're the people, you worship Kaaba. So I'm providing you all sorts of safety, food, and protection. Okay, so before I start go ayah by ayah and understand what each ayah separately means, Ishmael, why don't you recite Surah Quraysh for us, starting with Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Give me the camels here. I'll put them away.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. La ilaha fi Quraysh ila fihim rahlat ash-shata'i was-sayf falyabudu rabb hadha al-bayt allazi at'amahum min ju'in wa amanahum min khawf.
Thank you very much, mashallah. Thank you so much. So Ishmael recited Surah Quraysh for you guys, okay? So let's start go ayah by ayah, okay? So first ayah is Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Le ilafi Quraysh. What does that mean? For the safety of Quraysh. So Allah is saying for the safety of Quraysh. Now Quraysh is the tribe of people. That's group of people. Okay. Ilafihim rihlat ash-shita'i was-sayf. Their safety during winter and summer caravan journey. So basically during winter and summer, as they travel in a big caravan, in a big group. So they would have lots and lots of camels and people, and they would walk, take all the luggage stuff with them to Syria in the summertime, and in the winter they would go to Yemen. So Allah is talking about the big caravan that you have, the big travel thing that you do with so many camels and animals that you travel from one place to the other to sell your stuff. So I am providing you for the safety during the whole trip. I am the one who's providing you the safety. Okay? فَلْيَعْبُدُوا رَبَّ هَذَا الْبَيْتِ. What does that mean? So let them worship the Lord of this house. What is the house? What house are we talking about?
Allah's house.
Allah's house. What is Allah's house?
Kaaba.
Kaaba is Allah's house. So Allah is saying, so let them worship the Lord of this house. So Allah is saying, I am providing you safety, I am protecting you, you're taking big caravans. Now traveling in those days and camels and going through the sand storms and big sand deserts and all that, it was very difficult. It's not like driving a car. It's very difficult to be walking through the sand and there's a sandstorm coming or whatever is happening. So Allah is saying, don't worry, I am providing you with all sorts of protection. Why is Allah protecting those people? Because I want you to worship the Lord. Okay?
Worship Allah.
Worship Allah. So these people were from Makkah where Kaaba is, and Allah is saying, I'll provide you safety and you worship Allah. Okay? Allazi ata'amahum min ju'in wa amanahum min khawf. What does that mean? Who has given them food and kept them safe. So Allah is telling people, you worship the house of Allah, you go worship in Kaaba, you worship and be nice to Allah and pray and do all those nice things, and I will take care of your food, I will provide you safety. So that's what Allah is saying in this Quraysh. So people in Quraysh, the Quraysh tribe people were kind of worried because there's a lot of traveling thing going on. They have to travel to sell their goods, miles and miles of traveling. That's right. So they were worried, and Allah said, don't worry, keep worshiping. You are the people from Makkah. I'll provide for your safety and I'll provide for your food. Okay. So in this picture that you see here, the map that you see here, you can see the people from Makkah. They go all the way to Syria. So they travel all the way to Syria in summertime. And they sell their goods. They're bringing all the luggages and everything, the thing they're trying to sell. They have their camels loaded up with all sorts of goods. And in the winter time, they travel all the way from Makkah, all the way to Yemen. And then they take all the stuff to Yemen, and they're fighting all the storms and all the bad weather and sandstorms and heat and winter and cold and all sorts of elements, because when you're outside, you're not protected inside the car or an airplane. You feel the heat, you feel the cold, you feel all those. So they're traveling, and you can see in this map how far they have to travel to get their stuff sold. So Allah is just saying, don't worry, I'll provide you with everything you need and make you safe and protect you. So that's the end of the surah. It was a short surah, and if you don't know, please memorize this. I'll recite it, Ishmael will recite right after me, and you guys recite with us, okay? And then you practice it once or twice a day or thrice a day, and in a few days you'll know the whole surah by heart. Not a problem. Okay, so practice learning all these short surahs in Quran. They're very easy to memorize, so do practice, do learn, and do understand what Allah is saying. Okay, so let's recite it. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
لإيلاف
قريش
إيلافهم
إيلافهم
رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف. Ameen. So friends, we're going to close out the video here. I hope you enjoyed the video, and do practice, okay? Keep practicing all these surahs. It's very nice to know all these surahs and their meanings, okay? I'll meet you next time with the new surah next time. Until then, do like and subscribe our video on We the Masti Kids, right? And give a
big thumbs up, and ring the bell.
Ring the bell and like our videos, and we'll see you next time, okay? Until then,
we say Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Bye, friends.
Bye. See you next time.